not for engineering, those are for just teams to get together.
Yeah, that was going to be my question. Do you find, what's the use case? Do you find that most people huddle inside a closed conference room versus like huddling up in one of these open spaces?
Well, you see a group over there, so they're huddled right now doing their retrospective. So generally they'll just do it in the open space. People pulling in teams for on a phone call, things like that, we'll find a space. But if it's a whole team activity, it usually just happens right here in the open area. Normally this place is really loud. So you can see here, this is kind of a good example of how teams have almost made like a conference room here by just putting these walls together. And it's a way for them to kind of tuck back in and have their own space.
Nathan, there's your IKEA chair.
Yeah, we actually mail ordered that one before they opened up the IKEA store.
Override that.
So do you think these would have blocked sound a little better for you if they had a component?
We couldn't make them hard, so that's literally the restriction on code.
That's it? Okay.
Yeah, you gotta have 18 inches between the top of the permanent removable wall and the ceiling. We're gonna take all the tile out, which is actually what we wanted to do to give more acoustic space, but it was really expensive because the HVAC system doesn't work well when you do that. There's a bunch of things they have to do. It was going to be pretty expensive.
Our building owner pretty much said the same thing.
Yeah, you can do it. A couple of companies ago, I started, we commissioned a space to be built, and we had it all open. But it was a brand new building, so for them it wasn't any additional cost just to do it that way.
When you were talking about like the difference in the acoustics with the walls, and then also when it's kind of a buzz with everybody in here, I know John and Jer from High Live always talk pretty much about the din, sort of like there gets to be a certain level of constant buzz that you don't notice it. Is that true in practice?
If you talk to the teams, there's a few folks that have a hard time with it, but most people do really well with it. And again, that's why I'll kind of loop us back around into this center area here.
You've got how many people in this space?
So this whole downstairs area is about 90, I think, when it's full of people. Quite a few folks.
Cool.
And then this is our ops room over here. What we've actually started to do is, instead of all of ops sitting there, they actually pick up and they'll come sit at a training station and work with the team. So we've started to embed our ops engineers in with our teams, so that they, again, that multi-team kind of spirit.
Yep.
So we have product owners, developers, UX folks, and ops folks all sitting in the same teams.
Does customer support usually come in and out of there as well, or do they mostly stay on their side?
They mostly stay on their side, but engineering does go into there.